Good evening, everyone. Good evening, the lovers of freedom. Just before 24 hours that the Speaker, House of Representatives, Mr. Abass, introduced or made known to Nigerians about the bill he's proposing that has passed through the first reading. The bill that contains, seeking to jail someone 10 years if you did not sing the national anthem, or the bill to jail, agitators who are agitating for their human right, maybe to leave the country or for self-determination, to jail them for 20 years. The bill sparked controversy. And you know what? The likes of Sowore said, if you do not withdraw this bill, get ready that the National Assembly will be shut down within 48 hours. The heavy protest that people were preparing this evening, people were preparing heavy protest, heavy tension that people wanted to mount in Abuja tomorrow. But God saved the man. Maybe DSS or the man just got intelligence of what is about to happen in National Assembly tomorrow. You know what he did? He withdrew the statement. Now, first of all, let's understand the threat from Sowore. It says, Sowore issues ultimatum to Nigerian federal lawmakers. Withdraw controversial counter-subversion bill or face National Assembly shutdown. That was what Sowore said about 6 hours ago. Now, it reads that Sowore, the convener of Revolution Now movement, has strongly criticized the House of Representatives for introducing the Counter-Subversion Bill 2024. The bill proposed several severe penalties for Nigerians who fail to recite national anthem, among others. Sowore, a former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress (AAC) in the 2023 general election, described the bill as buffoonery and predicted that it will lead to an earlier than expected resurgence of the end bad governance movement. Now, when Sowore made this statement this morning that the Speaker should withdraw the bill, a lot of people did not even understand where the statement was coming from, that he's going to shut down the National Assembly. You see, until we begin to let all this government understand that the power belongs to the people, that if the people come together and rise, there is nothing that will stop them. Now, the Speaker, the reason why they are bringing out this bill is because the North are preparing for a massive protest and they did not announce the date. This is a top secret. And secondly, Sowore has also announced that the protests will recommence in October 1st, which is the Independence Day. So there is a high tension above, coupled with the agitations going on in Nigeria, the tensions from the north to the south, east to west. So these people, they were afraid, they were terrified. And the only thing they could do is to make sure they bring a bill that will make people not to come out in the streets. But who are you going to bring the bill for? We or yourself? We are not in 2012. We were mobilizing to shut down the National Assembly tomorrow. And there is nothing that will happen because that bill was a military coup. And I'm sorry to say military coup. That bill was a parliamentary coup against the people. That was a coup because the bill was made to strip the whole fundamental human rights from us. They wanted to just cripple everything. You can't even talk on social media. If you criticize government, you go to 3 years imprisonment. It was in that bill. So rubbish. So, about 1 hour ago, I'm just making this video after the statement from the Speaker House of Representatives, and I started making this video. It says, breaking, Nigeria House of Rep Speaker Abass bows to pressure, withdraw controversial counter-subversion bill. What he make and withdraw? If we leave him now, I think this man's supposed to leave this bill and see how the people are going to react. And let him come out to tell people what led him to bring in the bill. The man in a statement said that he borrowed the bill from the UK, India, Turkey, and China. Oh God. So when we are talking about that, these people are Western puppets. So he borrowed the bill from other countries. All right, let's look at the articles. It says, breaking Nigeria House of Reps Speaker Abass bows to pressure, withdraw controversial counter-subversion bill. Now, the article reads, Abass, Speaker of the House of Representatives, has withdrawn the controversial counter-subversion bill. In a statement from Musa Abdullahi Krishi, his special advisor on media and publicity on Wednesday, Abass said, in response to the voices and concerns of the people, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Abass Tajuddin, PhD, has decided to withdraw the counter-subversion bill and other related draft legislation. Let me clap for the people now. Let me clap for the people. Power belongs to the people. Now, it says, the decisions follow his extensive consultation with a broad range of stakeholders and a careful consideration of the national current circumstances. What are the national current circumstances that you've heard that people have mobilized, that they are going to shut down National Assembly tomorrow? You forgive me. Now, it says, Speaker Abass Tajuddin, a champion of the people's interest, has always prioritized listening to the citizens and fostering unity. His decision reflects his commitment to ensuring that the House remains true the people's House. However, if because of what people said that made him to withdraw the bill, I think that is the right thing to do. It's good he listened to the people, because people are angry, and the way Nigeria is going, such a thing could lead to, unexpected, because we are shifting everything now till next month, next 2 months, to start what we are preparing for, civil disobedience and so on and so forth. So maybe such a thing is supposed to even draw everything closer to us to enter the streets and shut down the National Assembly in protest. But he saw what is coming, and he now, bowed down to pressure. I think for me, it is good on his side. Now, he says he acknowledged the significance of the concerns raised and the attention the bill had generated, reaffirming that he will never support any action that might disrupt the peace and unity of our nation. The public is hereby notified of the withdrawal of the counter-subversion bill and other related ones introduced on July 23, 2024. Shara reporters earlier reported on Tuesday that the House of Representatives had introduced the Counter-Subversion Bill 2024. The proposed legislation stipulates that individuals found guilty of failing to recite the national anthem will face severe penalties, including a fine of 5 million, a 10-year prison sentence, or both. And this is, or it was supposed to be a catastrophic. Because look at the person who is the president don't care, and he's part of them, traitors, people who are making sure that the citizens will suffer. If they bring this type of bill to Tinubu's table, Tinubu will sign it immediately. You just take Biro and sign it. As far as it is against the people, because the presidency is against the people. So I really want to show my appreciation to Nigerians, because by now I am seeing that we are rising to our responsibility of saying no to bad governance, of saying no to bad legislation, of saying no to anything that is against the people. We cannot continue to be slaves. We cannot continue to fear these people. Remember one of my favorite quotes, I said that when the government fears the people, there will be freedom, there will be liberty. But when the people fear the government, there will be tyranny. So, if you know that you are a politician, you are in government, including Tinubu, hey, that fear is already out of our memory, out of our mind, out of our sight. We know the fear face again. So there is nothing you people will do that will be against the people, the masses, that will make us to keep quiet. Gone are those days. They will keep quiet for you to do whatever you like. The time has passed. If you do anyhow, we'll challenge you anyhow. So if what you are doing, you think it is in the ambit of the law, then we are still going to challenge you in that ambit of the law that you are talking about. But we know that you people are lawless. We have a lawless police, lawless DSS, lawless entities, parastat, everything lawless in Nigeria. Tell me, which kind of law are you people obeying? The federal government will not obey law. The state will not obey law. Even the DSS, the police, they won't obey law. And you people think you can cage us to become slaves? No, and never.
Many of us from the north are famed for cattle keeping. And when you are driving the cattle through different grazing grounds, the cattle believe that you love them so much because you protect them from the elements, because you protect them from other wild animals. But if the cattle were to know that you are the one who would end up eating them, they would treat you very differently. Invariably, they do not know. And therefore, you will continue controlling them the way you do, and you will continue eating them the way you do. But it's a totally different case when you are leading human beings. They are not like cattle. You may lead them in a particular direction. You may think that you have lulled them into a false sense of security. You may think that you have deadened their minds. But always remember that one day, if you don't do that which is good and right for your fellow men, there is a day of reckoning. There is a day of reckoning, and history has demonstrated that it can come in the twinkling of an eye. History has demonstrated that kings have been toppled. History has demonstrated that presidents have been removed. History has demonstrated that great men have been cut down. History has demonstrated that men can rise when they are misled. History has demonstrated that men are indeed capable of rising up. You know, I always read these words of the American Declaration of Independence because I love them. They apply to humanity. Before America became what it is, they had enlightened men. We hold this truth to be self-evident, that all men are born equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable right, that among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And it is for this reason that governments are instituted amongst men, and that when those governments fail to perform, it is the duty of those people to rise up and to remove such governments.